Well, springtime on the farm. Backyard's not looking so good. Believe it or not, this is not a pond or a lake. This is our backyard right now. And just been relentless. It's just raining and raining. Now it's snowing. You know, water all the way up to our shed. It's not in the shed yet. Well, kind of under it. So that's gonna be all rotting, I'm sure. Everything is just a mess. Pasture out here. This is the future chicken and pig pasture. Is about 75% underwater out here. Goats are underwater. Jasmine the rabbit's about the only one doing all right over here, probably. Here's the goats. And my little drainage trench is working pretty good, keeping some of the water out of here. This used to be a huge kind of lake all out here, but it's just water everywhere. The ground's still frozen a little bit down below, and I have a feeling that their shed is just a mess. They're in there. They don't like to come out in the snow or rain. But I have a feeling it's a mess in there, so I feel bad for them. So we're gonna try to get that dried up for them here. Problem is I bought some pine shavings, which are fine, $5 a bag, so 15 bucks for this. But it's hard to get straw around this time. Hard to get hay around this time too in April. A lot of people have sold out, or prices, go up and up, and people are charging more and more. So I haven't found a good supplier around here yet. I'm sure I will, but I'm kind of new out in the area, so I need to get some straw. That would be optimal for this, but we got to get them dried up. Oh, it's bad. I mean, this is not good for them. Man. Let's see if we can get it dried up for them here. This will be a lot nicer for them. It's not gonna dry this area up completely, but over here was actually pretty dry. So I think, the wood shaving should keep them dry in here. The goats don't need much. It's gonna be in about the upper 20s at night here. It's been down below zero this winter. As long as they're dry, which is the problem now, but as long as you keep them dry and out of the rain and wind, they don't really need much. So don't eat the wood shavings. Is that going to be a problem? Hopefully not. I have never used wood shavings in here before. I just needed a quick fix today. So straw is a lot nicer. What straw does is the straw actually packs up and allows the water to seep through, but it keeps it dry on the top, so the water doesn't soak up through like it will with these. So you get a dry bedding on top, even if there's a lake underneath it. The water kind of can flow right underneath the straw that way. But so we'll see what happens. I think the ultimate solution here is going to be, I'm going to fill this with dirt and maybe put a board across the bottom here and just get this raised up about 6 inches. Just fill it in with sand, and then that for next year it'll keep dry, even if it turns into a disaster out here. But man, what a mess, you guys. This is the worst we've seen this year. So we've got another goat here. You guys have seen Oreo. We've named him Oreo. He's the registered Nigerian dwarf. We have Adam, who's the father of all the baby goats. Him and Annabelle and Penelope, the two females. He's a Nigerian dwarf also, but not registered. Then we have Millie, who I believe is a Nigerian, but not a dwarf. She's not ours. She is a good friend of ours. He is brought her over to breed with the two here, so she's going to be just kind of hanging out with us for about a month. Let's show you what the barn looks like. So this is our wood burners underwater too, but here's the, yeah, I'm not gonna walk through that. Oh, I guess I'll just go for it. So there's the maple sap evaporator, that's underwater. But yeah, that's wet. So the barn has been, the barn was constructed, of course the dog had to follow me right through the water. So the barn was constructed, but yeah, we get some real nasty wind out here across this field, and this was never finished, so I put this plastic up just to keep some of the rain out. But the top of the barn, the roof, the ridge cover, ridge vent, it totally blew off before we moved in, and it's been on my project list, but it's been winter, so I got to get that fixed. So we get a lot of water in here, but also there's no eaves, no gutters on the barn anywhere, and so we get a lot of water in here. No water on the floor here. This is the other goat pen, the little babies in here. These are the bigger two. This was really wet also. I've had to fill this with a lot of straw and hay and things. I'm gonna put some wood shavings in here and dry her up a little bit, dry these guys up. A lot of water in here too. The pigs haven't been too bad, but no, they don't really care anyway. They nest up in the hay. They eat a lot of the hay, and then they nest in a lot of it also. So the hay that they don't eat has kind of become their bedding. This needs to be completely mucked out also, and this will all turn into great compost. So there's a good amount of compost in here. And then we have the this is Penelope's little birthing stall. Couple more weeks, we'll keep them in the little stall here, and then we'll move them out to their final kind of pasture area so they can get out in the nice weather. But this is the driest stall actually, so there's no water coming into this place. The back door when we moved in, the big barn door, was missing. It's laying outside. It blew off, rotted. They didn't really put it together very well. And here's the ducks that we got. But this is quite a project actually, and I've been putting it off until we get some nicer weather. So, but I had to put this tarp up to keep the wind out, keep our chickens nice and dry. And the chickens are in here, and it's been pretty dry in here. I built this flooring up a lot. Get you focused. I built the flooring up a lot in here with straw also, which has helped keep this pretty dry as well. But there's still some areas where we get some water. You can see it pouring in here. So look at all those eggs. Wow. And there's probably 3 dozen eggs out here. Yeah, collect. Come on, Allie. The truck was parked over here this morning. I had to wade out into this other lake. So the barnyard is all swamped out. This is the road next to our house that comes back, and brought a little wood in the other day. But just water everywhere. All these logs are in the water and everything else. I never thought this would get wet. So moving out onto a new farm, I think, you know, the first year is really learning. You're learning the land. You're learning, you know, what's wet, what's dry, what kind of soil do you have, where does the wind come from, you know, what types of trees do you have, what types of soil do you have. This is just a huge learning curve. 25 acres here, a lot of it we haven't really explored thoroughly, so there's just a lot to learn. There's a lot to figure out, you know, what's going to work best, what needs to be fixed first, and what we need to take care of. So obviously we have some water issues here in the spring that we're going to need to figure out. That's just the bottom line. So we'll take you guys along. There's a lot of work to do here, and there's a lot of projects to do. It's never going to stop. There's just so much to do. and I plan on taking the camera along with me the whole way. So glad to have you guys along. Questions or comments, as always, guys, throw them down below, and subscribe if you want to follow along and see what this place turns into over the next few years. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.